welcome back to another Eagles Rising game. I'm bringing you a best of 3 on, I believe it's round 2 of the Eagles Rising. We have VM Clayton playing as Missilia. We'll go for his army first. We have 3 Celtic Slingers, your basic missiles for any barbarian need. We have 2 Thorax Swords, 1 on each flank. With 3 Thorax Swords, 1 on each flank, 1 in the centre, and an Axe Warrior with 2 chevrons. Quite unique. And for the hoplites, we have your basic 5 Missilian hoplites. 1, 2 there, 3. No, only 3 Missilian hoplites. I'm positive I saw more on the entry screen, but right now I can only see 3, maybe hidden a little bit. And we have 3 citizen cavalry and 1 Tarentine cavalry. We have the Lord playing as RDA. We have 3 Illyrian hoplites, 2 mercenary Celtic warriors, slave slingers, 3 slave slingers, and 5 Illyrian noble hoplites with an Illyrian folio spear on each flank, another slave slinger in the back, another mercenary, and a mercenary peltis with 3 mercenary Tarentine cavalry. So it's quite a unique build here. So we'll play and see how this goes out. I believe he does have more. I believe, yeah, he's hidden. There we go. So we have a Pierce Lancer General for Clayton, and I believe he'll have another 2 Missilian hoplites. There's 1, I believe the other one will be here, because I believe I saw 5. There we go. So I knew I couldn't see everything. So guys, I do apologise I haven't been able to upload as many videos as usual for the tournament and my Let's Play Syracuse campaign I started yesterday. It was because my internet went down for my my provider for about a week, and it wasn't fully down, but I couldn't record really. I couldn't upload. It would have taken me 3 days to upload a video. My ping was absolutely horrendous. So, but luckily, my with the buying of an Ethernet cable to plug straight into my device, and my internet provider getting the thumb out their arse to fix it, it's now everything's back up and running, and I can start pumping out more videos. The Norska giveaway will be announced either on my next Syracuse Let's Play or the Syracuse Let's Play after that, maybe part 3. So we have these harassing with the Tarentine cavalry on the Missilian hoplite. It's not a bad choice. They are armoured, but they're also a good target to shoot at because they're not the most heavily armoured hoplites in the game. RDA definitely has the advantage with its hoplites. However, I would say on the sword variant, Missilia does have the advantage. And it's quite a strange missile setup. It's like a 4 line, so which you don't see. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5 line really, and it's quite an intriguing formation, which seems to be interesting to see how it works. So the Axe Warriors and the Thorax Swords are going to be doing the first charge onto the Illyrian hoplites, and they're going to fake out the charge, and they're going to bring in the Celtic Warriors to do that charge. Then the Missilian hoplites are going to come up. This Thorax Sword is going to take the charge. It's Celtic. The Thorax Sword should win that engagement. A lot of weird javelins stuck in there. A lot of peltist fire as well, which would probably make that Thorax Sword should lose probably with the Aurelian hoplite in support. As you see here, nice clean charge from the Celtic onto the Missilian hoplite with an Aurelian hoplite going in there. Good use of holding that. I would pull the Celtic Sword out right about now. Now that the Aurelian hoplite's got involved with the Missilian hoplite. Celtic Slingers doing a good job against these Slave Slingers, but the Slave Slingers aren't focusing on the Celtic Slingers, they're focusing on the infantry. A bit of a nice micro problem here. Missilian hoplite's got a nice charge on this Illyrian hoplite here. However, he's quite far back and he needs to move his forces up a little bit more. Now he's just going to get outflanked. Tarentine cavalry doing not much really. They haven't got a single kill yet, but they haven't lost any men yet, which is also a good thing. They are getting shot by Celtic Slingers, so that will probably change very soon. This Illyrian hoplite's doing great here. Thorax Swords coming on the flank. This Illyrian Noble is going to take the charge. Thorax Swords will not win that engagement. Illyrian Nobles will happily win that engagement. Thorax probably win on the charge, but like I said, the Illyrians the arm of the Illyrians is just too heavy, and I think the Nobles should easily win that. Valyrian Noble coming into this, it feels like this is going to be a very pivotal engagement in here as well as the centre, as a Axe Warrior with the 2 chevrons is being brought in. This is a good unit against the Illyrians, due to the armour penetration for the Axe Warriors needs to be used correctly. Citizen Cavalry moving around the flank, going to go into melee combat with the Tarantine Cavalry. Very good use there, very good interception there by Clayton onto the Tarantines. Got the charge. I'm not sure if the Tarantines will. Tarantines should lose it actually due to the charge and the fact that the Tarantines are trying to pull out. Citizen Cavalry gets through to one of the gets through to the mercenary Peltist, however, but that Peltist is a Peltist unit and will hold happily against that. Slingers, basically, Massilia's Slingers are very well protected, but if they can get some of this Tarantine Cav around, it's going to be very dangerous. The Pace Lancer, not really doing much over here, needs to get moved into this battle. This Pace Lancer will be pivotal in killing the RDA. However, there is a Aurelian Thorios Spear here, and I believe he's going to spot. He spotted that. He's going to go into square. You never charge square. You should never. And if he goes Cav counter tactics now, it's going to be absolutely. It's going to be absolutely savage if he goes Cav counter tactics. Is he going to go Cav? No, he's not going to go Cav counter tactics on the Thorios Spear. That's quite surprising. And the Pace Lancer didn't lose a lot of. Here we go. There's cavalry counter tactics, and he's going to pull out there. It should have been straight away when the charge was coming in. That should have been activated. Slingers, Clayton's Slingers are doing a good job over here, and they are starting to win back the centre fight here. Cavalry fight, however, is going slightly in the Tarantines' favour with that. It's just also the Alien Thorios Spears are doing a great job in supporting. The Slingers are really hurting the RDI player. It's a really noble hoplite with 70 kills. It's not got its money's worth. And this really noble hoplite's losing a lot of room due to the continuous slinger fire. And he's also losing another Illyrian hoplite on the centre here. However, he's going to waver this Massilian hoplite. The Axe Warrior should finish off this Illyrian hoplite. The Slingers are doing a great job though. I didn't think these Celtic Slingers would do this good of a job. But this is what happens when missiles don't get contested. Square again. I wouldn't be using the Pace Lancer on this Thorios. It would be much better if you brought it through here and hit this in the back like that and just help, because we all know this Massilian hoplite is going to die very soon, and if he gets a charge on the back of these, it will do a nice bit of damage. But as we've got some free units here, and these are probably going to go over here. So basically the left flank's been won by Massilia, so Clayton's secured the left side. However, the right side is going in the RDA's favour due to the fact of the Aurelians. However, it's very, very close right now, and in my opinion, the Massilian does have the upper hand, so it's a very interesting fight. So the Illyrian Thorios Spear losing decisively against the John. The Pace Lancer has got a decent amount of kills on against these Thorios Spears, and he's doing a great job. So Clayton could get a nice win here early on against the RDA, but we will see. As the thing is with Illyrian units, they can last very well late game, and all it takes is for a few Illyrian hoplites to survive. This Illyrian noble is doing a good job here. Tarantine Cav has finally broken through the lines and is going to mop up these Celtic Slingers, causing it's going to be very hard for Massilia now. The lack of these missiles, because missiles are one of the best things against these heavy hoplite units. So with all fairness, it's a very strong Illyrian hoplite here. Half elf Illyrian noble. Basically, Peltist doing a good job against the Citizen Cavalry. This is why I love Peltist. They're a very good unit late game. If they've used all their ammunition up, very good at just holding the tide. Illyrian noble of 84 though, winning. So the RDA can bring this back. The Lord can bring this back, but it's going to be very, very difficult for both sides. For him, he's got this Peltist, and his general's still alive. I believe the Pace Lancer general's still alive as well. Done a good job there. But no matter what, both players have played extremely well this game. I would sacrifice the Tarantine just to try and rout that last Celtic Slinger, which he's going to try and do. The Tarantines have got some decent kills and have been used well. So, but it looks like now the RDA is starting to it has now got the infantry upper hand, and it's now looking in the Lord's favour. However, it was a very close game at one point, and there is still a Massilian hoplite here with the Pace Lancer and a few slingers still roaming around. A pretty healthy slinger here actually, still roaming around. Axe Warrior, this Axe Warrior's done a good job as well. These Massilian hoplites need to get, and this Fork Sword need to get in combat before dying. For the route, and there's going to be a charge here to these units here. This would have been a good point for the Pace Lancer. So going to the Peltist was not what they really should have been doing. with the Payas into this would have been a really good job. Really, really good. So already routed one of the Aurelians because these Axe Warriors are very good. So yeah, the Slingers are going to do a charge in there. Not going to do much. So these Slingers, there are a few Slingers left that's rallied back. And this General has done a good job, but needs to start getting into some more. He needs to kill the Aurelian General, really. But I think the RDAs have the really nobles last really well the longer the game lasts, and there still is a slave slinger back there, and those pelters have really been pivotal also. They can just deal with the slingers, and they can just deal with they can deal with a Massilian hoplite or a 4-axe sword that's on Axe Warrior that's damaged after the peltis. So now this peltis is going to go on to this slinger. So very, very, very well played. I believe it's going to go to the Lord this first game, because I didn't know who was going to win this personally from watching this. It looked to me like Massilia was going to win it at one point, but the Lord really just brought it back, and very well played from both players. A very, very close game in the tournament. Like, this Peltist has done a great job, and I do have to say this is why I like a Peltist in the fight now and then. These are the best case scenarios for Peltist to do. And the General is trying its best. He's getting some nice rear charges, 2 chevrons, trying to kill this Aurelian noble hoplite. But I believe due to the army losses wavering, I believe the General is alive still. There he is there. He's a Orange Cape. But it's going to rout, and it's going to be a very close victory for the Lord. Look at that. One of the Tarantines is really good. The slaves thing is, the Lord lost his skirmishes quite early on. His Aurelian hoplites didn't do that well. His Aurelian nobles did extremely well. Furios spears holding very nicely also, with the Celtics not doing as good as he would have liked. And on the other hand, we have the Lord. Some great use of the Massilian hoplites here. Not very good use of the rest. 4-axe swords thrown away quite not as good, to be honest. In my opinion, instead of having the extra cav, in my opinion, it would have been better for him if he went and got rid of a citizen cav and got a few levy free, because some meat shields against these hoplites would have been good, so he could really do well with the 4-axe swords. The slingers did a really good job also. All these kills would have been on Aurelian hoplites and slingers, so it was a good trade there. Very close, as we see. Clayton just getting more kills, but the Lord deploying more generally did better in that game. And it was very close, very well played to both players. So we have game 2, so we have Clayton playing as Egypt and the Lord playing as Syracuse. So let's get into it. So, as we see Syracuse, we can have a small look at the armies, but I'll go into it in more detail when we start. And I think I may have forgotten who's who already, but you guys know that now for what I said. So I'm just going to say Syracuse and Athens. So we're going to start with Syracuse's army build here. We have 3 militia hoplites with 3 mercenary Balearic slingers, very, very expensive missile caller, with a baseline of 4-axe hoplites. Yeah, even with a general of 4-axe hoplites, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 4-axe hoplites, and a mercenary Samnite warrior on each flank, with another mercenary Samnite warrior there. So, and in the back we have a Furios spear there, and I believe that's it for Furios. Is there any more Furios? 2 Furios spears in the back, and 2 Tarentine cavalry, and a mercenary Italian cav. So the cav force for Syracuse is not as strong as you would like it to be, but you're going against Egypt, so Egypt doesn't have a very cav force. Egypt's gone for a lot of missiles potential here. So we have 4 Numidian bowmen and an Egyptian slinger. We have a Galatian roll guard here we have a Galatian roll guard on the left flank. We have We have a Galatian roll guard on the right flank. We have a Galatian roll guard in the centre with 2 Galatian swords by the side. Ptolemaic cavalry general, 2 Tarentine cavalry on the right flank, and a citizen cavalry on the right. Also, first time we've seen a scare unit brought into the field. We have a sword vet cultist. I haven't seen these in ages since Avera Carthage's scare tactics. So it's a very nice unit here on the field. I very rarely see it. It's not a lot of men. Pretty expensive. Let's see if he can use it effectively. The missile war will go to Egypt because there's more. There's 2 more missiles, and this is a mounted missiles. He needs to target on these Balearics. These Balearics don't want to target these archers, in my opinion. These Balearics need to target some infantry because they're not going to win the missile engagement. So Galatian Royal Guard and Galatian Swords going straight in for the militia hoplites. Very bad choice in my opinion. Bad cavalry counter charge there. The Galatian Swords can do that, they can get away with that, but all I'm saying is the Galatian Royal Guard cannot do that. The Galatian Royal Guard will struggle against these 4-axe hoplites. Raised banner has been straight used, so we're going for a blitzkrieg tactic straight down the line. Already a militia hoplite has been wavered. And this Fox hoplite seems to be struggling even, but he's now starting to win the combat. I didn't see that, but there's an Egyptian pikeman now being brought into the field. I didn't see the Egyptian pike, so that's going to go in there and hold this 4-axe hoplite. Good juice there. Galatian Royal Guard winning decisively against his 4-axe sword, even without the charge on the 4-axe sword, so it was quite interesting. The other Egyptian pikeman is going to try and do the same on this flank. With the Soldier cultists going in against the militia hoplite, it's going to be very intriguing how this works, how many kills these Soldier cultists get. Right flank, Galatian Royal Guard engaging with the 4-axe hoplite general. Very good engagement there for the Galatian Royal Guard. If they got the charge, I'm not sure if they got the charge properly, we'll see about that. But with the mercenary Sam Knight in there as well, it's going to really need some backup. Or that Galatian Royal Guard will lose without getting a lot of kills. However, the 4-axe hoplite is losing a lot of men. Pikeman trying to get in there to help out. The pike on the left side seems to be doing a good job actually. He hasn't realised, and these 4-axe hoplites are going to slowly die. Galatian Royal Guard doing a great job against this mercenary Sam Knight warrior, but he is keeping him in place for these Furious Spears to get some really nice rear shots on. So Syracuse is doing good, very very good here. I think it's a Syracuse. I think Egypt. I think Clayton's Egypt. I think he's gone a bit too close. I think he's gone in a bit too quickly, not prepared. His missiles are in a bit of a weird position. Also, cavalry's all over the place. Ptolemaic cavalry general, is in the mix as well, dying very quickly. I'm surprised the general hasn't died, in my opinion. I think has it? No, but he's very lucky to get away from that. Central line, the Swordjet cultists seem to be doing a good job actually, and I didn't anticipate them doing this well. They're on their own there, and the versing of 4-axe hoplite, militia hoplite. What are the stats on these things? Overall, good melee defense. So they're doing a good job, losing 10 men and killing 57 is not a bad trade. Doing a very good job. I know win against this 4-axe. Oh, but I need to try. I might try and bring one of these Soldier cultists. They're doing a very good job actually. One of the few units that's doing really good. Egyptian pikemen's doing very good as well. Pushing back this 4-axe hoplite. Missile advantage for these Numidian bowmen will be a thing, but if the Italian cavalry or some Tarentine cavalry gets through, those missiles will mean nothing. And as we see here, Tarentine cavalry getting through to these squishy Numidian bowmen. Mercenary Italian cav stopped by Tarentine. Ptolemaic general trying its best to take on Tarentine, but it's not going to work. It seems like right flank is finally going in the favour of Egypt. The Galatian Royal Guard doing a great job there, killing the Samnite warriors. But there is a full Furious Spear there, which is very deadly to those pikes. These pikes being a bit drawn out, and it's going to get shot by these Balearics here, which are is a Balearic pretty still heavily alive here. Numidian bowmen, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to get some close shots into the back. Didn't kill anyone that way, but if they do start targeting, they are going to do quite a lot of damage to these. This Galatian Royal Guard is dead though, and he needs to get some nice kills. It's hard to say. I think Syracuse has the slight advantage, but this flank is it's not very good units here. We've got an Egyptian pike, a Galatian Royal Guard, 2 Galatian Royal Guards, which are some decent units on this flank. But if those Balearics aren't dealt with, the Ptolemaic general is dead, I believe now. If he's not, he's going to die very soon. And there's just not. There is the missiles on the field, and right now I would say target this, because if not, that cavalry is going to mop up what's left of your melee corps. Galatian Royal Guard's still alive here after being exhausted, going back into combat with the Furious Spears. He is starting to do that now, and he's getting some slinger shots here. Numidian bowmen also seeing the threat, going to turn on the Tarentine cav, try and waver it. But I believe it's going to rout too quickly. He needs to get some more shots going onto this right now. Tarantine Cav slowly trying to take some casualties here, and maybe one more volley, maybe get it off. Yep, and that may actually have just saved the cavalry there. 11 Tarantine left on the field. The medium bowman did an okay job. The Egyptian cavalry, Egyptian pikes slowly being lost due to the general being died. You know, it's not very good for the Egyptian pikes. However, they have been used relatively. They haven't got a lot of kills, but they have baited this 4x hoplite by quite a bit. And I believe with the Balearic thing as the Egyptian pike, it's not going to win that engagement because the Balearic's just going to rear shot it. This Fourier Spear is just going to slowly die to these Galatian Valgard, and I think he's just going to leave it for the Egyptian pikemen to deal with, which is a wise choice. Both are exhausted, so they need to try and get the thing back. And the Sojek Cult is back with 100 kills, only lost half its force. It's doing very good actually. I really like this Sojek Cultist, and I've never really seen them used in a multiplayer tournament battle before, so it's a very nice unit that Clayton has brought onto the field. But it looks like, I think it's going to be in Syracuse's favour. Syracuse has his general still. No, Syracuse's general is also dead. But we have Mercenary Italian Cav still alive. The Fourier Spears, if they have ammunition, will just destroy. Balearics, there's a full unit of Balearics basically, and a very damaged one left, with another pretty healthy 4-axe. So, both really, they haven't been full smack games, to be honest. They're in quite even. Egypt is a worse of action than Syracuse, in my opinion. And really, Clayton's done a really good job here. Both games, well played for both players. Both quite close games, so. At the first game, I really thought Clayton was going to win this. There is a possibility that Clayton can win this game. It all depends on how much ammunition he's having. So we're going to go quick reload. So we're very interested to see how this works now. And I believe he's targeting the Galatian Royal Guard. The Sojek Cultists, I'm not sure. The Sojek Cultists are absolutely dangerous. I didn't realise they were so dangerous. What ability do they have? They have a Sky, I understand that, but they've got 107 kills. They're doing a really good job here. I mean, I will try them next time I play some Rome 2 online. Oh, if I play an Egypt campaign, maybe. Quick reload's finished. The fatigue's going to take in there, so it's going to take them longer per minute now to start shooting, and they're going to be less accurate because of that. Quick reload, in my opinion, was a bad move. There was no need to do it. Galatian Valgard quite weak here. This cavalry is a little bit, but it's not going to do much. I think the only thing it can do is maybe rout the Egyptian pike from the rear. So it's going to be down to the last one. All these need to do, these Fourier Spears need to flank the pike and Galatian Royal Guard. So, very intriguing to see what happens. Or you could just use the pikes as a holding force, and maybe the Egyptian troops can flank. It's going to be very, very intriguing how this last bit of combat comes out, but Syracuse definitely has the advantage here. And this Balearic thing looks like it's going to rout due to the scared or the Sojek Cultists. So the Sojek Cultists doing some good work there. These Galatian Royal Guards are dropping really quickly from these Balearics on the side. So Galatian Royal Guard getting into combat there. Where is the Sojek Cultist? I want to watch this. There we go. Cav going to the back of the pikes. Sojek Cultists are going to stop it. They're going for the Fourier, so they're going to try with the Cav. By doing that, they're not going to get into combat, so they're going to rout very soon. I don't know what they're trying to do. I really don't understand what these guys are trying to do now. They can't deal with the cavalry, and they're just going to get shot at in the back. Pikemen stabilised only just. Galatian Valgard still on Namba. Sojek Cultists are routing, wavering. So just need to get into combat, or they're just going to rout. They're going to get into combat now. They're on 107. Let's see how many get in. Instant kill there. That's pretty nice. Cultists doing? I'm intrigued because I've never seen them do really well. So I think they're exhausted, but they did seem to do well. They took out a 4-axe hoplite and got a 4-axe hoplite and a militia hoplite, so they're obviously a decent unit. Galatian Royal Guards trying to stand to the last man did really good actually. 313 kills with 2 chevrons. Very close game. There wasn't a lot left in it. Half of some Fourier Spears. So that's a 2-0 win to the Lord. Very well played by both sides. Like I said, Egypt's cav didn't do well. You know, Clayton didn't do very well with your cavalry. Your infantry did superb though. I cannot fault you on your Galatian Royal Guard. One didn't do as well as you would have probably liked, but the Sojek Cultists did really well. Egyptian pikes did well for Egyptian pikes. It would have been nice to keep your archers alive a little bit better, but you did overall very well. The Galatian swords could have done slightly better, but did very well. And the Ptolemaic cav would have been really useful in that late game, but unfortunately got killed by the 4-axe hoplites. The Samnite Warriors didn't do a good job actually for Egypt. Samnite Warriors got absolutely destroyed by the Galatian War God. Militia Hoplites didn't even get a single kill, most of them, and quite a lot of the Thorax Hoplites didn't do that well. And I think the reason why he won that engagement was the Tarantines, the Tarantines, the missiles that survived, the one unit that survived, 151 kills. Furios Spears getting some very nice javelin kills there, and we have Furios Thorax Hoplite doing a good job of 169 kills. But overall, it was very close both sides again. But like I said, the Lord is bringing more men to the field, and he can afford to he can afford to take more losses because of the lack of men. So very well played there by both sides. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all later for some more Eagles Rising Tournament games. See you guys.